Hey guys, I'm back again with another watch me work video, and I managed to sort out my camera angle, so this one is a lot clearer than the last one. So this is my client Rhiannes, and these are her natural nails. She has a builder in a bottle overlay on them. So I'm going along and removing the gel polish with my electric file. This bit, now I don't normally use bits to remove gems, but it was a mobile appointment and I forgot to bring my nippers. So I did have to remove them with my bit. It does make it a bit dull, but I didn't have a choice. This bit looks really deadly. When I first got it, I was terrified of it, but I feel like it's my favorite one now and I have so much control with it. So we're going along, removing. Once I get the gel polish removed, I shorten each nail a little bit. I am debulking towards the free edge as well, because when I shorten them I don't want the free edge to be thick because it was a bit nearer to the apex. So I just debulk the free edge a little bit and then shorten it depending on how much it's grown. We like to keep her nails this length, so however much it's grown is how much I take off of the end. This dust extractor that I have works fairly good, but not great. As you can see, the dust does get all over my hand and it's difficult to keep the client's nail directly in the middle of the extractor. But it's not bad. I'll put the link in the description box. I got it off Amazon. I think it was about £50, probably less. I was so sad to file this design off because it was so beautiful, but we're doing a really nice black and rose gold set today for her. Just getting all of it off. I don't know why I took all of the overlay off of this one. I guess because it was a clear nail, it didn't have any polish on it, so I just went to town. Okay, so when the polish is all gone, I'm going in with my hand file. I get these files off of Amazon as well. I've tried quite a lot of files and there haven't really been any that I'm like, wow, this is an amazing file. But these ones I've bought, I don't know, probably 60 of them. They come in packs of 10 and I keep buying them, so I must like them. They do last 1 or 2 clients. I don't want to keep them much longer than that, if I'm honest anyway, so I'm quite happy with these files. So I'm just tidying up the shape because I shortened it. I need to repoint the end, and I go along and remove any minor lifting that there was around the cuticle or the sidewalls. Rhiannes doesn't usually have any lifting. She's very, very good with her nails. I wish I could file this fast in real life. So this has been sped up ×2. This set took me just over 2 hours. I think it was a little bit longer because of the videoing. I had to stop and start quite a few times and applying the gems, and each nail had a different design, so it did take a little bit longer than 2 hours. And we were chatting, always with the chatting. Yep, checking down the barrel of the nail to make sure that the free edge isn't too thick. If you need help learning how to shape an almond nail, I do have a video for that as well that goes into a little bit more detail than just watching me do this. This is my favorite shape to do. I find it really, really easy and it's flattering for most people's fingers. So her finger, this finger is a little bit crooked. One side of the hyponychium is higher than the other, and on this one as well. So I really have to look and see how I can make it look like it's straight. And I do find it a little bit tricky, but I've done her nails dozens of times now, so I kind of have it figured out what I need to do. It does take me a little bit longer, though. Have to keep checking, and then that one was really long. I looked at it and I said, oh, you're long. Why are you so long? You need to be a little bit shorter. So then I have to go back in. I lay my file in the middle of the nail like that sometimes, just to see where the point needs to be at the free edge, because this nail kind of curves. So if I lay my file in the middle, I can kind of create an imaginary line and see where I need the point to be. One more, the thumb. When you're filing long nails, you can see that I'm holding my finger on the side of the nail like that. I'm just supporting it because sometimes it can be uncomfortable for the client if you're just pulling across the nail and applying pressure. So I like to support the nail from the opposite direction of which I'm filing so that it doesn't cause any discomfort for them. Okay, we're nearly done here. Yep, happy with that. Okay, next to go along and push her cuticles back. The same as Louise, she has regular manicures, so she doesn't usually have a lot of cuticle. This time of year it does tend to get a little bit thicker because of the weather, and I don't know why, just winter cuticles seem to be worse. But hers aren't too bad. I'm removing what I can with my cuticle pusher, but I have an electric file with a cuticle bit, so I don't really focus too much on getting rid of the cuticle. I'm just pushing back the skin so that I can get at the cuticle that's on the nail plate. So here I go with my cuticle bit. I'm laying it down super flat against the nail so that the edge of it isn't digging in. I don't normally do the thumbs first, and that was a bit weird. Always throws me off when I do that. I'm just gently going along, getting any bits of lifting. That was some builder in a bottle that had lifted, so I got rid of that. I'm pulling back the side walls with my finger and my thumb so that I can get in there. And just making a really smooth surface. Okay. Now we're just cleaning it off with acetone. I use acetone for everything like this. Some people use isopropyl alcohol, but I just like acetone, it's easy. Now I'm going in with a base coat. This is a pink rubber base from Premier Gel. I like it, but I went to order it again last night and they didn't have it, so I had to order the clear. I like the clear one too, but I really prefer this one. I wish they would always have the same products in stock. That's one thing that annoys me about Premier Gel, is that you can't seem to get the same thing twice. So for builder in a bottle base coat, I don't cap the free edge because chances are I'm going to refile the free edge anyway and just neaten it up. So don't worry too much about capping. Then we're putting on the builder in a bottle. You'll notice when I pull the brush out of the bottle, I like to scrape everything off of the brush onto the inside of the little neck, and then I pick it up again with a little scoop so that I have a good amount that I can then transfer by rolling it onto the nail. push it up to the cuticle and then drag it down. Try not to let too much of it gather at the free edge. God, she has beautiful nails. Every time I do her nails, I say, wow, you have beautiful nails. She's so lucky. So I'm creating a little apex in the middle of the nail there. Check them all, and then in the light it goes. I do the thumbs separately because they kind of sit funny in the lamp and it can run. I have had it run before and completely cover the side wall, and then I have to file it off, and it is a nightmare. So I just do them separately. It takes an extra 2 minutes to do both hands separately. So I'm holding it here because I don't want her to move. I want the gel to stay level, so I hold her thumb so that she doesn't turn her hand. Here I am wiping it off again with acetone. God, they look great already. I'm going to go in with my hand file. Sometimes I use my e-file if I've used too much builder in a bottle, but I'm getting pretty good at judging how much I need. So I'm just going around the edges of the nail and then going over the apex just to smooth everything together and make it all like a little slide. If you have watched another video I have, how to create an apex with gel nails, I like to imagine that there's a little guy that sat at the top of the nail right in the middle, and he wants to slide down every single way. So I like everything to be smooth from the middle of the nail down to the side walls, down to the cuticle, down to the free edge. Everything has the same kind of angle of a slide so that he doesn't have a bumpy ride. And then this is the time where you go in and fix up the shape of your free edge. If you notice it looks different now that you've added more product. Okay, my camera cut out there. I think it got too hot or something. I'd really love to buy like a super proper video camera to do these videos. Maybe for Christmas. I'll get one of those. Then I wouldn't have these problems. And my phone doesn't have very much memory. So that would be a problem solver for that as well. So I'm just checking it from all sides, making sure the free edge is the shape that I want it to be. File, file, file. All around the edges, all over the middle, around the free edge. Make sure everything is good. This is the last step of the filing. You can buff the nails after this, but I didn't bring my buffer, so I'm not going to buff them today. But you can give them a little buff after just to really smooth things out if you wanted. There. Happy with that. So they get a little dust off. Another little wipe with acetone. Get rid of all the dust. You want to be checking underneath of the nails as well. And make sure there's no frilly bits that have gathered underneath, because that's going to show up when you paint them. So I'm using the same base coat again before I polish. And this time I will cap the free edges. Well, obviously didn't on that one, but I try to. It's hard to remember to do it all the time. I don't have any problems when I don't cap it, but I do try to remember to cap them. Oh, a hair. Oh, it wasn't gone. Yep, didn't cap that one either. Never mind. I'm just making sure that the base coat is evenly applied. There's no pits or dust or any lines that are going to show up when I paint it with the polish. This is the foundation of the color, so you need it to be perfect. Okay, here we go with black. I'm not gonna lie, I touched her sidewall twice. I edited those parts out and we were laughing and keep trying again, but I managed to do it this time and only touched it a little bit. There you go. I don't know why this finger and I just didn't get along that day. So I'm just taking a brush and wiping it away because I'd already wiped the entire nail off twice. I was getting a bit pissed off with it. So there, I just wiped that little bit off. So that one's going to be black and it's going to have glitter on it. This one is going to be reverse French. So I'm making a line down the middle and then turning it into kind of a triangle. And then I'm going to put gems all along that line there. So it doesn't need to be dead crisp, but it needs to be even. I've already painted her other hand, so I want it to match. So I go in with my striping brush and create the basic shape that I want, and then I filled it in with my regular polish brush. Now I get her to bring her other finger in so I can make sure that they're both at the same height, which they weren't. And just tidying up that line with my striping brush. I love this striping brush. I feel like I could take on the world with it. There we go. Yep, nearly there. Okay. This one is going to be all black, I think, with some gems. Oh, there's loads of hairs everywhere. She does have a cat that's very fluffy. But it was probably lint from my lint-free wipe. So we're painting this whole one black. And do make sure with your color coats that you get the free edge, because it just looks stupid if the free edge isn't painted. This one's going to be a French, and I'm gonna burnish a little bit of glitter into the French line. So I go in with my striping brush and create the line that I want. And then I'll fill that in. Yeah, make sure that it's the same as the other one. There, now I'm just using a smaller brush to fill it in. And get the free edge as well. And I messed up a little bit there on the right hand side. So I'm going back in with my striping brush and just fixing that, and then just make sure that I'm really happy with the shape of that smile line. Now this one, I haven't really done the design that I did on this one before, so I didn't know what to do. So I went in with white first, and then I'm going to be adding some glitter and some black as well, but I like the way this white covers, so I thought I'll do it in the white first because I like this white and I can cover up white with black. So that's that. Now we're going in with the second coat. Get the free edge. When I do the second coat on this one, I've already got the shape and the lines, so I don't really need to use my striping brush. I just butt the end of the brush up against the line on the nail. And the same with this one, because I already have the shape, I can just push my brush up along it and make sure to get the free edge. So now I'm doing the reverse French look again, because that section is going to be black and then the other section is going to have glitter, and then the one section is going to be white. So I'm just doing the black section first. Oh, yeah, there was a little bit on the free edge of that other nail that I didn't get. That did get cured. Here it's in the light being cured now. Okay, so I'm going to apply glitter to this one. So I want it only to stick to the black part. So I wiped the whole thing off with acetone, and now I'm just going over the black with a base coat. I'm trying not to get it onto the pink part, because I don't want the glitter to stick there. I only want the glitter to be burnished onto the black. So that's going in the light for 30 seconds. And then when that comes out, I can use my little fluffy brush and this glitter from Funky Sugar. It's called Squeeze Me. So I'm just applying it to the smile line, trying not to get it on the whole thing because I wanted it to be a little bit of an ombre. Any little rogue bits of glitter that have got onto the pink, I'm pushing them down onto the black and just really tidying up that smile line and making sure that the ombre of the glitter on the black is even, I guess. And then there's a little bit that, oh yeah, not yet. I'm going to cover that back up with base coat and then cure it. Hair. Because I burnished the glitter in, it's stuck to the nail. Oh, look what I don't know why I did that. There was a little bit of something on the nail and I tried to move it with my big fat finger and ended up putting glitter on the nail, so I had to remove it. So that's ready. This one is getting burnished with the Squeeze Me glitter as well. So that black layer was tacky, and now I'm just rubbing that glitter over top of it with my fluffy brush. That's done. This one is getting glitter just on this section here that I'm painting, but then I realize I need to wipe the whole thing off because I don't want the glitter to stick to anything else. So it gets a wipe of acetone, and then I go back in with the base coat and just apply the base coat where I want the glitter to sit. I'm not burnishing it this time, I'm going to sprinkle it over so that it's a really concentrated glitter look. So when I sprinkle it over, it should in theory only stick to the section that had the base coat. Tap it down just so that it's flat. Shake off the extra glitter, and then I'm going in to tidy up that line so that it's straight. Okay, in the light. Now that's come out, all that glitter is cured into the base coat, so I'll just take my file and go around the edge and get any jaggy bits, and then lightly scrape off any bits that have stuck with static or whatever to the white or the black. Now it's getting a good layer of rubber top coat. That's from the gel bottle. It's really super thick stuff. This means you don't have to do 2 or 3 layers of top coat to get the glitter to be smooth. So I always use a rubber top coat if I've sprinkled glitter on like that. There's a little section here that I missed with the base coat before I sprinkled the glitter on, so I'm just adding the tiniest bit of glitter to perfect that line because there was just a hairline of white at the cuticle and that annoyed me. So that goes in the lamp. When it comes out, I just file, getting rid of the glitter off her skin, just file the nail, the top coat, to make everything smooth. It is self-leveling, but sometimes it's a bit thicker than you want it to be, and I am going to be adding another layer of polish to this, so I don't want it to be too thick. So I file. It's always very funny when I do this because the clients always panic. And they go, oh my god, my glitter, what's happening to my glitter? And I say, don't panic, because when I put the top coat back on, it will be fine. So now, what am I doing? I'm going with the white, just along the lines where the edges are, so that it's super duper crisp. So I'm using my white painting gel from Lisa Conn for this, just for the outside bits because it's so thick and it will give me a really defined edge. And then I will use my white polish to fill it in. Here I am with the black. I'm using my black painting gel just for that line. So here we go with the white. I'm just filling in the big space with the white that I used originally. And then I'll use my small detail brush just to blend the painting gel in with the gel polish so that it looks the same, but it still gives me the definition along the edges. Okay, so that's going to go in. Once that's cured, I'm going to go over the black just to crisp it up. check the other ones. That's good. So now I'm going to put on some gems. I'm using this little squeezy bottle of gem gel. I didn't really know what I was doing with the gems, I kind of just winged it. We're using some rose gold gems and some AB gems because the rose gold ones don't actually sparkle that much, but we wanted a little bit of sparkle. So I'm alternating rose gold to AB to rose gold, and then I'll throw in some caviar beads as well. Oh, that one didn't want to go on. Rhiannes really likes this reverse French. We've done it quite a few times on her nails actually in different colours. So I go along the reverse French line with the gems, and then I put another one in the middle, and now I'm just putting in some caviar beads to fill in the gaps. Oh no, what am I doing? I'm making a little half moon along the bottom gem, which was slightly frustrating, but I got there in the end. Make sure everything's in the right spot, and then put it in to the light quick so that they don't move. This one's getting gems along the middle of the cuticle. I think the video actually cuts out halfway through this. I do apologize, I'm not sure why that happened. But I'm doing the same thing. I'm alternating between rose gold and, yeah, I'm just looking at the other one for reference because I have no idea what I did. Here we go. Yeah, I don't know why that cut out. So now everything's really done. We're just going in with top coat. So this is the burnished glitter nail. That's getting a good layer of top coat. On the nails with gems, I try not to go over the gems with the top coat. I'm just bringing it up to them. But the little caviar beads, I will put top coat on them. There you can see what I did with all those gems. I'll put up a picture as well. I forgot to take a picture of these nails before I left. I did her toes after this and then I just kind of rushed out. So Rhiannes' husband very kindly took a photo of her beautiful nails for me, and he did a fantastic job. So I'll put up a photo, of those at the end of the video. Here we go. This is where the panic goes away, where you can see the glitter comes back to life, and then the client is always like, wow, amazing. Okay, so this one, because the French had a couple more layers in the middle, I'm just floating a little bit of top coat onto the pink part so that it isn't a difference in height. So here you can see what we did, and here they are, the beautiful picture. So thanks for watching. I hope you liked it. If you did, leave me a comment below and check out these other videos. See you next time.